Martin Nguyen has retained his featherweight title at One Championship Dawn of Heroes over the weekend with a vintage performance against Kiyomi Matsushima. The Japanese challenger stayed competitive for a round and a half before Nguyen landed a right that rearranged his priorities. From there, it was a steady decline as the Australian champion stayed patient and picked his shots. Matsushima eventually collapsed into a takedown attempt that allowed Nguyen to pummel him into oblivion. Nguyen has now held the featherweight title for 2 years, as well as winning the lightweight title and challenging for bantamweight. And Jonathan Haggerty's reign as flyweight Muay Thai champion has lasted only one fight, as he was outpointed in a close 5-round decision by 300-fight veteran Rodtang Jitwang-Yong. It took a few rounds, but once Rodtang got inside Haggerty's lengthy range, he was able to land heavy shots with impunity. The British champion had some success counter-striking, but the fight was sealed when he was dropped in the 4th. The win makes Rodtang a 3-division Muay Thai champion after winning Thai stadium titles at 125 and 130 pounds. And the former UFC stars both made it to the finals of their Grand Prix as Demetrius Johnson outlasted and outworked a surprisingly game Tatsumitsu Wada after Wada spent most of the first round on DJ's back. And Eddie Alvarez made the most of his second bite of the apple with his win over Edward Folaying, but he had to work for it when Folaying seemed to snap the dual promotion champion's ankle and swarmed for the finish. But Alvarez remained calm and worked his underrated jiu-jitsu, ending up on the Filipino's back and locking in the rear naked choke for his first win in nearly 2 years. In the UFC, Colby Covington has put himself back in pole position for a title fight with a typically overwhelming display against former champion Robbie Lawler at UFC on ESPN5. Covington overwhelmed Lawler with strikes and took him down at will. Lawler seemed content to roll away from as many blows as he could, but his lack of offensive output convincingly gave Covington all 5 rounds. In the boxing, Canelo Alvarez has lost another belt, with the IBF title he won from Daniel Jacobs being stripped by the organization after negotiations with their mandatory challenger, Sergey Derevyanchenko, took too long. I'm very upset and ashamed for my fans to be unfairly stripped of my belt by the IBF, but especially when I did not have the knowledge of the agreement that Golden Boy Promotions matchmaker had signed, Alvarez wrote on social media. Canelo is now down to 1 proper middleweight title after his WBC belt was given to Jermall Charlo, while Canelo was converted to something called a franchise champion. The IBF has now ordered a fight between Derevyanchenko and former Canelo nemesis Gennady Golovkin for the now vacant title. Triple G will feel for Canelo after he was himself stripped of the same title when he fought Vanes Martirosyan in 2015. And lineal heavyweight champion Tyson Fury has booked his next fight for September 14th with another softball opponent in unknown and undefeated Swedish challenger Otto Wallin. The fight will take place in Vegas and likely be another opportunity for Tyson Fury to showcase his awkward entertainment value ahead of a planned mega money rematch with WBC champion Deontay Wilder early next year. Antonina Shevchenko's grappling reversal to sub-Lucy Pudilova won fight of the night at UFC on ESPN5. Noted Kelvin Gastelum lookalike Nasrat Haqparast and Matt Schnell won the performance bonuses. And in the boxing, Eva Volstrom and knockout CP Freshmart retained their belts. Volstrom via close draw despite a judge scoring all 10 for her opponent, while Jean Pascal upset the undefeated Marcus Brown via technical decision. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you want more fight sports in your life, just hit the subscribe button.